Hello YouTube! Welcome to the GonzoEwok channel. I'm Ewok.
And I'm Gonzo.
And today we're going to be playing a bit of FTL. This is FTL Advanced Edition.
Yep, so this is episode 1 technically of our playlist.
This is episode 1, yeah. We did a one, was it a week or two ago? Which was episode 0 based on the old FTL content. The update is still, the update has now landed. It's a free update for anyone who already owns FTL.
Gotta love free LC.
Also coincides with the release of FTL Advanced Edition on iOS devices. Is it just the iPad? I think it's just the iPad.
I think it's just iPad.
Which is a shame because I'm rocking an Android device, so I would buy the game again to be able to play it on a tablet.
So you haven't seen any of the Advanced Edition content then, have you?
I haven't seen a damn bit of the Advanced Edition content. I managed to watch maybe 10 minutes of one of Northern Lions' recordings on it, but I was just in between doing a couple of things, so I didn't actually get to see any real new content. I think maybe 1 or 2 events that I'd never seen before, but nothing in the way of ships or weapons or things like that.
Yeah, okay. Well, first thing to bear in mind is that it starts and kind of defaults to disabled, so remember to enable that when you're going to do it.
Okay.
It's one thing worth pointing out. Right, at this point we need to rename our ship. Now, we did have a discussion before recording.
We did.
About a name that we're going to use. To be honest, I've changed my mind.
You've changed your mind. Well, you are the pilot for this particular episode, so you can call it whatever the hell you like.
Well, it was going to be the USS Jimmy Riddle, but instead what I'm thinking is the USS Fruit Basket.
The USS Fruit Basket.
There we go.
And you're sticking with the standard Kestrel design, yeah?
We'll just do vanilla Kestrel. I noticed that, do you have the second one unlocked?
Yeah, I've got a couple of different ships unlocked there.
It's pretty sweet. We'll jump into them at some point, but since this is the first time that I've been at the helm, I'm going to stick with...
You've knocked the name off, so you'll have
Kestrel.
to rename the ship again.
Oh, hey, there we go.
It changes by default to whatever the standard ship name is when you switch ships.
Alright, so we've got my crew there. I think everything's alright. We're just going to keep it
You
on,
can customise your
normal.
crew now. You can give them new names. So if this is, like I said, I saw the beginning of Northern Lions video. He was clever and he named them after the position he wanted them to be at.
Right.
Oh, but you're calling them Gonzo. GonzoEwok. Who's going to be number 3?
Well, that would be Ewok. And then Sean O'Regan will now be Riddle.
Jimmy Riddle.
We'll get it in there somewhere. Riddle. Right.
I guess Jimmy Riddle was too long.
Well,
But then again, surname only, Crewman Riddle. We know his first name's Jimmy.
so, okay then, I think that's just about everything ready to get going. We're going
Can
to
you
keep it on
position
normal.
people before they go out?
No, it doesn't.
No, you
like
can't.
it. We'll just get things going. Right, okay, well, hopefully everybody by now should know the spiel. We know what we're doing here.
Well,
So,
you could have read that out for anyone who didn't, but
well,
fair enough. We're being pursued by the Rebel fleet. We've got important data for the Federation. We've got to get it to the Federation.
right, okay then. Well, first thing that I'm going to do, I want to get you up into weapons. You'll be my weapons man. I'm going to fly it, obviously.
Fair enough.
We've got Jimmy Riddle sitting in the engine there as well. Right, okay. What we shall do, get these bad boys powered up. We'll drop
activate the
our
weapons.
med bay and we'll put one up in engines. Let's see what we've got. One thing to point out, you'll see in the corner here, you can save up your current crew positions. So there we go. And now if I tell my crew to, quickly run into the med bay there, having some sort of bother, I can then hit this and they'll go back to where I told them.
That is sweet.
It's such a simple thing, but isn't that fucking amazing?
It really cuts down on a lot of the micromanagement. Like
Yeah.
after a battle, when everyone's been healed up and you've forgotten which different positions each of your different
saves
crew,
you having to kind of
crew
check through.
operates.
The other thought that I've had that might make it quite useful for as well is you could potentially have it so you put people into the med bay and save that, and it could just be a button that you hit if you're
Everyone,
boarded.
like, the emergency button. Everyone get to the med bay.
Okay, then, so bog standard jump here, got to exit over there. Which way should we go? I'm not a big fan of going into the nebulas. I think we might work our way kind of like
The
that.
nebulas aren't as bad as I thought they were. On the last video I said it knocks your shields out, but it doesn't. It knocks your sensors
Yeah,
out.
sensors. Okay.
Oh, I hate these automated scouts. At least it's got no shields.
Yeah, that's true. So, what we need to do is just start...
Yeah, I mean, if you get the shot off before them, you should disable their weapons, and then there should be easy pickings from then on in.
just trying to work out what weapons it's got. So it's
And
got
it-
ion coming in, that's not great.
And if it gets that... Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
A
that's-
little bit of damage, not too
It's
bad.
alright, we've got the weapons offline.
Shields are critical, but let's be honest, we're not going to need them now because we'll keep the weapons offline. That's not to say you shouldn't necessarily go and repair them.
Yeah, go on, you can do that. Keep the weapons damaged there, get the shields all fixed back up.
This is a Rebel Auto Surveyor. Doesn't seem to have any sensors, but it does have weapons. It's pretty backward design for a Surveyor that it has no sensors.
Yep. Well,
Those bloody rebels, they don't know. That's a slightly new interface.
Yeah, they've changed it so now you get
3 fuel, 13 scrap, 1 drone part.
Yeah, now you get the little sort of like the visual cues rather than just like.
I can see why they did that for the iPad release. I'm not sure that it translates too well to this one, but maybe that's just me being stuck in my ways.
Yeah, I think it just
doesn't really matter as long as you can see what you're looking at.
Okay, and so I think that's everything fixed up there. We've got a bit of scrap. Just trying to work out how we're going to kind of play this. Don't think we really need to.
Well, for the early stages, I always like to boost the shields.
Yeah.
Because ships in the first couple of sectors are really spec to get through one layer of shields. So, but it all depends whether you come across a shop. Because if you come across a shop with some sexy weapons or some new crew, then it ain't worth turning that down for the sake of a generic ship upgrade.
For the time being, I'm going to hang on to the scrap just to see what happens.
We recognise a ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails you and offers labourers for cheap.
Well,
you can buy a slave, we can't afford. I say attack, because if you attack, there's a good chance you'd get a crew member anyway.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's a very early stage. I mean, you've got to do stuff. If you just ignore everything, you're going to get maybe 3 seconds in and be totally fucked.
Yeah, there's the...
Okay then.
I mean, we probably could have looked at the ship to see what he had going. He's got a laser, he's got an eye on. He does have the potential to do some damage to us.
We don't have many... I'll tell you what we'll do. Hit the old... Yeah, we'll hit the Artemis into weapons, I think, to start with. Just because I want to see if I can take them offline. Don't like just having 1 layer of shields. I think that is going to have to be a priority to get those up and running.
Excellent. Well, that worked out quite well. This is probably the FTL drive. I wouldn't worry too much about that one shot and he's toast.
Yeah, well, I'm still going to aim at it just on general principle. I think you can do it by aiming at the pilot's quarters as well if you take out the helm. Oh, didn't want to have that.
Oh yeah, you're on auto fire.
Auto fire.
Well, never mind, it's 1 missile. We got 2 back. We used 2, we got 2 back. And we didn't get a crew member. Maybe you have to take them out with... Well, it would make sense that you probably have to take their crew out in order to get a new crew member.
Sometimes I think you can get them as well, but we're sitting all right for scrap now. What are we looking at in terms of the shields? We're going to need 20 to get...
we're going to need... We're going to need 40 to get a new layer of shields, and then we're going to need...
It'll be 50. It's 20 and then 30.
Okay, so 50 to get that, plus the power to boost it up. It's going to be a little while before we get there, but, you know, things are going alright so far. Took a scratch.
Yeah, considering I play normal, I've got to be honest, usually I wuss out and play easy when I'm just kind of messing around myself.
Well, yeah, I mean, your jump leads to a remarkable binary star system. The view is beautiful, but there's nothing else around.
It's nice to get a little bit of flavour. I think they've worked on those as well. There seems to be a good little bit of variety there.
Right. Yeah.
And where can we go?
I mean, you probably don't want to jump too far ahead, so maybe that middle one?
Yeah.
Just to let the fleet catch up a little bit.
Come down that way. Why not? Gives us a couple of options.
Yeah, I think you've got enough time to do that.
Alright.
You stumble across a forward scout of the rebel fleet.
Well.
And this guy's got 2 weapons. No, he's just got the 1 weapon, he's just got the 1 laser weapon on.
Laser. He's got a drone as well, though, which will be a pain in the hoop.
I don't think the drone can knock a full layer of shields off. I think it knocks half a layer of shields off.
Well, one thing to bear in mind is that this guy's charging up his...
He's FTL, and if he gets away, that means the rebel fleet's going to catch a block.
Yeah, because we're
okay, the drone can knock a full layer of shields off.
That's not brilliant. That's possibly a beam weapon.
It is a beam weapon, so it could potentially do some damage. O2's out.
Yeah, let's get that fixed up. But we've took the weapons offline. We've delayed the FTL jump a little bit there as well.
So it's nothing to be too concerned about at the moment, as long as we can keep those weapons offline, keep hammering away. I mean, if push comes to shove, we can fire the Artemis at any time. It's charged up. Hopefully shouldn't need it. You may need the Artemis.
No, I think we're going to be alright.
Well, we could take a hit here.
Yeah, fuck it. Fire that bad boy in.
Yeah, it's not worth even taking the slightest bit of damage, is it?
Yeah, not in this early stage.
Another 17 scrap.
Got the missile back.
Sweet.
Alright. So we've got enough where we can put the shields up now, but we won't be able to get the energy to do it. So, jump ourselves ahead. Okay, more importantly, we'd stop that from getting away, and that is going to stop the fleet suddenly speeding up and catching up.
You arrive to find a number of ships convening around a station. There's some encrypted chatter between the ships. You tune in and listen for anything interesting. Overhearing the conversation, it appears they need to take possession of an enemy ship intact. We can't do that because we don't have the facilities to kill their crew.
This is true.
It will point us towards a ship we can destroy.
Let's just offer it anyway and see what happens. No, no.
They turned it down anyway.
Yeah.
See, my thought was we couldn't complete the mission, but it might at least point us towards a juicy target that we can
Yeah.
get some scrap for blowing up.
Alright, we're going to come up here.
Your sensors have picked up a refugee ship drifting through the system, no doubt one of the many fleeing the rebel advance. It doesn't appear to have detected you, or else it is trying to avoid notice.
Could go either way, but we've got to try and get in contact and see what happens.
Vessel is relieved they're running low on supplies. Suggest a trade. 4 missiles for 1 fuel. It's not a bad deal. Even if you were going to sell those missiles, you get more than 1 fuel back.
It's true. I mean, we haven't got a great deal of fuel, but that should take until we get to a shop. So, yeah, we'll take that. Fair trade. We're kind of reliant on the missiles shorter term until we'll get ourselves
Something
a bit
new.
more upgraded, yeah. I'm not usually one for relying on missiles. There's some juicy new missile weapons in the game. Hopefully we'll get to see them at some point.
Find a mercenary for hire at this beacon. Their unique skills can sometimes prove to be useful. 18 scrap to hire them. No, you're going to attack them.
Of course I am.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, they could sell their services to the rebels if we don't take advantage of them.
Come straight in.
So, is that a laser on the right hand side that he's got there, and then a beam weapon on the other? I don't recognise that one.
That's a heavy laser, I think, from the looks of it. There we go.
Sweet.
That was pretty good hits.
They've only got one now of shields. I'd focus the attention purely on their weapons just to stop them getting them back up again, to be honest.
Not a bad idea, but I'm gonna.
You're going to shoot the
hit
pilot.
That's a terrible.
That's
offer.
a terrible offer.
Yeah, I'm not taking that.
Their ship is properly boned.
You was fucked, boy.
They'll be running around desperately trying to repair absolutely everything. They don't have a med bay. How can you survive without a med bay? You could use one of the new clone bays, which they don't have either. I've read about the clone bays. I'm not all that convinced on their usefulness.
No, I think with certain builds it might work quite effectively, but yeah, I like to have the med bay there. And I think certainly for being boarded and whatnot.
Slightly
it makes a
better
lot of
deal. We
sense.
got for the sake of destroying them rather than accepting their surrender, we got an extra 5 scrap.
Not bad at all. Okay, and so that takes what, the 73. We're looking alright for fuel. Missiles are doing alright. Jump missiles ahead. I think we've got enough time to get there, down to there, and there. What do you reckon?
I think so, mate.
Try and maximise the first sector.
Absolutely. You've got to hit as many points as you can.
Ah.
Unmanned scout ships. There's no way around a fight. And it's got a laser weapon and an ion weapon. It starts to power its FTL drive, so if it gets away, we're in trouble.
Right. Well, it's got no shields. No, that's not what I meant to do. There we go.
So I think this first blast's gonna cripple it pretty heavily.
I hope so.
With any luck, there'll be a delay between the charging of the ion blaster and the laser, and it missed anyway. So
That's a bit of an unusual tactic on its behalf there, really.
I think the AI tends to just fire whatever's ready at the time, which I'm glad for, because if the AI had human level intelligence, the game would be even more difficult than it already is. And for anyone not familiar with this game, it is difficult. It's very roguelike. You will die the vast majority of times you attempt to complete this game.
For my sins, I've never beat the final boss. I've beat the first instance, but you know, we'll not do any spoilers in case anybody hasn't been there. But
I've beat it on easy. The distress beacon is coming from a civilian ship. It appears to be being chased by a pirate. Aid or stay out.
fuck those pirates.
Of course.
Right. Okay. Then. So
Not anything noble. I mean, I'm not desperately trying to save the civilians from the harsh pirates. It's just those pirates have monies and we want the golds.
yep. Again, just because
They've got a missile, so it's important that we knock the missile out, I
Yeah.
think. You're saving the burst laser until you see what the Artemis does.
I forgot.
Oh, how long's he been sitting in? Oh, here we go.
Oh well, that wasn't the best.
Okay, so we're relying on the Artemis until the weapons are repaired in any event.
We'll just keep an eye out on that for the time being. See what happens. It's a bit of a
You can power up now.
frosty fight. I can't. There we go. Just keep
Ah,
an
yeah,
eye
so
out.
you're holding off, just gonna fire it in if they do manage to repair the
Yeah,
weapon.
just kind of keeping it ready.
Good plan. Very sensible, conservationist-wise. See? Perfect, mate. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Doesn't really matter where we're hit. I've got a thing for hitting oxygen.
Just
because of the-
because you know the panic that you get when your oxygen goes out.
Exactly.
You like to think that they'll abandon repairing the weapons room in favour of the oxygen.
You'd think. Don't know if it actually works out that way. Hit the shields. Just keep them.
No, it doesn't seem to work out that way. They're more concerned with getting their weapons online. You see that those pesky people trying to offer us the mission said we didn't have the facilities to take an enemy
missile
ship
coming in.
undamaged, but that's not true. It's possible you could take the oxygen out and then just let them suffocate.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got the shields to withstand whatever assault they can come in, you just keep peppering their oxygen, and hopefully they'll suffocate before. Pirate ship breaks apart, hasten the contact with civilian ships. So we got 18 scrap for the pirates, plus a little bit extras. See what these civilians are going to give with a repair burst weapon and 8 scrap. Crew respond. It's a good thing you came when you did. We'd be dead otherwise.
Yep.
And then you cut me off.
Sorry, dude. Well, the giveaway repair beam, if I remember right, that's something we can...
It's a teleporting bomb that can target your own ships. Does -8 system damage. It could come in useful in a pinch.
Yep.
But I'm thinking it's probably a good idea to sell it. Because the alternative is to have to keep it charged at all times. But then again, it could come in a pinch. We'll keep it if we don't need it. If we don't need to sell it.
How we're doing here, we'll need 50 there. I think
I reckon it'll be another 50 there, to be honest, so bang it in.
Nice.
Sweet. And that's going to do us wonders in the short term.
Right, okay then. We're probably making it that distress beacon.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time. Put the distress beacon and see what the hell's going on.
One more jump. Alright. Another one.
Another refugee ship fleeing the rebel advance.
Better not be filled with, like, friggin' spiders or something horrible.
Pirate ship jumping into the system using the refugee ship as bait. It's got 2 laser weapons, I think. Slightly different, one heavy, one light, perhaps.
Maybe it's not a burst, is it?
Nah, that's not burst.
No.
I don't think they'll get through the shield, so I don't think you need to worry about the Artemis.
It's a very good point, actually. Okay.
The Artemis is still aiming.
Yeah, we'll get rid of that.
It's still aiming. It seems to be automatically defaulted to it.
We'll see what happens. This will be exciting.
I can't even remember how to cancel the weapon input. Oh no, it hasn't fired.
Well, that wasn't great. I think they have got a bit of a burst laser, you know. They managed to knock their shields down there.
They knocked the shields down, but that was one shot from each laser. They can take the shields down, but they can't actually... Oh, you're right, they do. They've got... theoretically, they can damage us, but now that you've knocked the first layer of weapons down. So it is, that's sort of like a basic, must be a burst laser 1, firing 2 shots, because we've got the burst laser 2 and it fires 3.
Yeah. I'll just stick with it, I think.
I find it a lot easier to stick with the weapons a lot of the time.
A lot of it comes down to just kind of that initial snap, doesn't it? It's the first volley.
It does. It's
rapidly
whoever
changes
does the most damage in the first
go.
battle. The first volley just influences the way their ship has to react, so they're now on constant weapons repair.
Yeah, they're on the back foot. We've got the initiative, so let's just smash them.
So if the opposite situation were true, I mean, that's what happened when I fought the Mantis ship when we were playing episode 0. It got a lot of damage off immediately, and then from there on, I was running around trying to repair, trying to get systems back online, and it was just a disaster.
Feels good to be back in FTL. I played it a little bit at the weekend as well, just had a quick run through, got up to sector 9. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Feels good to get back to it. It's been a long time since I came back. And loaded the thing up. But,
well, I mean, when we decided to just jump in and play it, we had absolutely, good bit of scrap there. We had absolutely no idea that the new continent was about to land. It was pure coincidence.
Yeah. Alright, so, a little bit there.
And a little bit there as well.
Not bad.
Not bad, not brilliant, but let's took it back up to 40.
No, you've been scratched a little bit, Ewok, so you can go and get yourself fixed.
Well, thank you very much. And then you get to use the button for the first time.
Yeah. Oh, no.
No. I'd rather you didn't turn the oxygen off. And there we go. And sweet.
A little bit click happy. Knock that back down. Alright. Okay.
Oh, do you reckon we could do one more? I think we could do one more.
I think we can. It's worth a risk.
There's nothing here. A rebel scout on attack force to a small refueling outpost. Weapons charged, but they're not firing yet. If we intervene, we'll get some scrap and we'll probably get some fuel as well. Rebel responds to your threat. I don't know who you are, but no one defies the rebel fleet.
I don't know who you are, but you're a real dead ringer for love. Right.
Yeah, you want to get that missile launcher out straight away, don't you?
Yeah.
And I think that's is that a burst laser? No, it's another heavy laser. It's the same heavy laser that everyone seems to be using. Yeah. Well, they really wasted their opportunity there by firing that at a non-system room. Oh, now that is going to hurt them.
Yeah.
I'd keep focused on the weapons.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
It's definitely the safest approach.
Just as the bring something back up.
Oh, get the Artemis on us.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. We'll have the missiles to spare this this current time, just to keep them jumping backwards and forwards.
What's happening to the FTL drive? It flashed yellow there.
I don't know, I think that was just me hovering over the bottom.
Ah, I see. Or can you like select the systems from there when you're targeting?
I don't know. Yeah, it looks like you can.
I never noticed that before.
Cool.
Whether it's new or whether I've just never tried to do it, I've no idea.
Yeah.
Outpost hails you. Pompous bastards expected free service just because they defeated the Federation. Take this for your help. Fuel and scrap.
Nice.
It was definitely worth the detour, yeah.
Oh, I'm coughing and spluttering a little bit, I do apologise. Right, okay, then with that we'll go to the next sector.
Sweet.
Take a little sip of the old coffee here.
Arrived at the long range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector.
Right.
Ooh, a small station fitted with repair drones. Why don't we repair some damage? I don't think we need the full 10, so it's probably a waste to go for the full 10, but repairing 5.
That's the same sort of rate you would get at a store, I think, isn't it? Like 2 for 1.
I think it's about right. We might as well take the
We'll
repairs
take it
now,
anyway. Yeah.
but not throw away the extra 5 for the sake of 2.
I'm just thinking as well, have we got enough to maybe do another little upgrade before we jump? Is there anything that we should look at? Personally, I'm thinking, because I hate being boarded with a passion, I don't tend to do much boarding, and I hate being boarded. I'm thinking maybe knocking the doors up one, just to give the blast doors.
It's quite expensive. I wouldn't say I object to it, but I'd say get a little bit more in the bank, because you never know when you are going to come across a shop. So it's good to have a little bit there, because the last thing you want to do is upgrade the doors, and then we jump into the next sector, and there's a Mantis crewman, or another burst laser, or a glaive weapon, or something like that.
The other option is maybe knocking the engines up one as well, which isn't something that I usually do, but we've hit a couple of things with missiles, and maybe giving ourselves a slightly better dodge chance might be worth
Now I do often
considering.
upgrade the engines. I tend to do that towards the mid to late game, because I find it useful for things there. Whereas I find the shields more useful for the first couple of sectors. But everything's got drawbacks and everything's got advantages.
We're gonna hold back
it's
for
the thing about the game, isn't it? Every bit of it. Oh, 2 Mantis controlled sectors. It's going to be a hard next couple of sectors, isn't it? I wouldn't want to necessarily go down that bottom route all the way.
It's a good point, actually. Yeah, I think
because there's only one friendly sector there, and if we want shops, we're probably not going to find shops in Mantis space.
I'm going to get a good feeling from the second Mantis control sector, and then maybe we'll work our way up.
Well, that only gives us one option for working our way back up, whereas the other way gives us 2 options for working the way back up.
Yeah, but I've got a good feeling from this sector.
Fair enough, buddy. You got a good feeling about it.
Trust in my very prodigious gut here.
We've entered a poorly charted area of space that's not to be home to the Mantis. Ensure your hull plating is up to scratch and you have enough fuel in the tank to make it through. Shit just got real.
Yeah. Right.
Again, anyone who's not hugely familiar with FTL, oh, there's a store right there. What did I tell you? The Mantises are bastards. They will board your ship, and they have the best fighters in the game. You approach the Mantis trading post, signal them that your approach won't be taken as a threat. Leader hails you. You have scrap. Quickly come dock before the warriors see you.
The warriors.
The warriors come out to play, yay.
Alright.
Flak weapons, they're new.
These are new, and I wish we had enough
Blast
for
of
them.
debris. Well, we do have something we could sell.
It's true, actually.
We can sell the repair bay.
It's the first thing that we'll do. Get 20 for that. It's not bad. Let's do that. That gives us 76.
That means we could get flak 1.
Yep.
We could sell some missiles. We could sell some drone parts. We're not using drone parts at the moment.
I'm not one for drones anyway. I don't know. Can you sell your consumables? Don't think you can you?
Maybe not. Doesn't look like it.
I really like the idea of getting this Mark II flak gun.
Well, you'd have to trade the Artemis in for it, and we're probably not going to be able to power it just yet. But it might be good to have in reserve if you really want it, man.
I really do want it, but what
can you just hover over reconstructive teleport? Because I'm interested in what that is. Crew gets fully healed by teleportation. Sweet.
Now for your kind of
I've heard the clone bay. You have to sacrifice the
med bay.
The med bay, but having the reconstructive teleport would totally kick that in the ass. You wouldn't need the med bay. You'd pull your guys back over and they'd instantly be fully healed.
Depends to what extent they're healed, I suppose.
Does it say fully? Fully.
Oh, fully healed. Yeah, you're quite right.
Are you going to take... It's a risk to sell the Artemis and get that, but it might be a risk worth taking. And it's a new weapon, and seeing some of this new content is going to be cool.
It could go horribly, horribly wrong here, but I'm going to do it. We'll see what happens.
I mean, it says it does 7 damage. 7 shots per charge.
Takes a good bit of time to charge, mind.
But hopefully that'll damage the shields as well. So that's guaranteed to knock the shields off, isn't it? Good at taking down shields.
Can't aim. I think we'll do it.
Oh, okay.
We'll get it. Okay.
Sweet.
Right.
And
We'll put all the eggs in one basket.
it takes 3 to charge.
Right. Okay then.
So we're gonna
So
need
let's
to
have a
hold
look.
out for the next couple of. Yeah, we're gonna need some serious power boostage.
Really?
We've got 1 spare, so we need to boost it by 2.
Do that.
Yeah, but you can't target it, which means knocking out their weapons is going to be a slim shot.
Right. Okay. And we'll,
I think keeping their weapons down is probably more important.
stick as is then. Okay then. Suppose jump. No, that's the wrong one. Jump.
Another store.
Another store.
Well, you could go around to the top and then sort of loop back around.
Not a bad
and
idea.
we might end up with some scrap.
I hope we don't hit any mantis ships and teleporters, kind of like that.
One on the right is starting to rot. Take him down. Take off his fingers. Pull him out the airlock. They certainly don't seem to be friendly.
We haven't got much of a choice.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight it. It's got a teleporter. I'd say immediately run everyone to the med bay,
Yeah.
because they run everyone to the med bay and open up a channel of doorways to suck all the air out to all the main systems.
Yeah.
No, don't suck the air out of the oxygen room. And you don't need to suck the air out of any rooms that don't have anything in them.
See where they come in first, I suppose. Let's have a look. Right. Just, yep, if you want to sit there for the time being.
You've closed the door, so he's going to destroy the weapons.
That's a very good point.
We want the oxygen out that room, quick, smart.
It's a good job that they've only sent the one in.
Yeah, they must have quite a small crew complement. Shields are damaged.
Cool.
You might want to send Gonzo in to repair those shields.
It's not a bad idea. We've got the weapons off there. So they've only got 1 bar of shields. We're just going to stick on the weapons.
I
for
would
the time
stick on
being.
their weapons, because if they get that missile back online, that's more damage done.
Cool.
It's lucky that they don't have a huge crew complement, really.
We want to close the doors, get the oxygen back in.
Yeah, I mean, chances are if they were going to send more than 1 over, they probably would have sent them over already. Jump everyone back.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you've got the quick button. Oh, hang on, there's a new mantis there.
Sneaky bastards. You come back across here, come over to your weapons. Let's get these open. Probably should have paused that. Not that worried about the sensors. Oh, Christ, I didn't have the burst laser on auto fire. That wasn't clever.
So we've taken some hits.
We have.
Could have been worse, could have been worse.
It could have been. Okay then, got the sensors off. I think they're in the med bay now.
Wherever he is, it's just... Well, actually, if he's in the med bay, you might want to get people in there to help. Because...
I think we've got this under control.
But the last thing you want to do is fight a mantis without any healing facilities.
Yeah. That's it, alright.
Not bad, a little bit of damage, but nothing serious.
Back out. Let's keep an eye.
You are slowly suffocating.
It's alright, I can heal them up. Got all the time in the world now. See?
You might want to close the external doors. I think Z and X are the shortcut keys for that.
It's alright. I've got the mouse, yeah, I'm quite happy with the old mouse.
Right, you're going to need healed back up.
Yeah. Right,
But
just take
other
a
than
second
that, I
here.
mean, not bad. And 16 scrap was that? Or was that 15 scrap? Either way, it's not a bad haul.
Not bad, not bad.
You're going to keep it and see if there's anything useful at that shop. I can't help but feel that the weapon situation's not great, but again, it depends what they've got in the shop.
I think it's definitely worth giving a go. I mean, let's have a look in terms of how much it's going to cost. I mean, 35 to get an extra bar.
And we need the power as well.
Hmm.
We need 2 extra bars and 2 extra bars.
It's going to
of
be
power.
expensive. Maybe we've kind of jumped in a little bit too soon.
Possibly, but if we can hold out until then.
Yeah, I think damage potential, if we can get that up and running, is going to be immense. Or if we can get maybe like a Zoltan or something like that
It seems like good
on the
weapons.
weapon systems.
The only thing this beacon offers is a view of deep space and brief respite from the battles. For some, this must be a welcome refuge. For us, not
though.
necessarily,
No.
because although we're kind of not great weapons-wise, we do want to get scrap. And you get scrap from fighting. A rebel automated scout floating near the beacon, despite the pristine condition, appears to be deactivated. We can attempt to download the ship's data stores or just strip it for any useful
11
scrap.
scrap's not really any good. Let's see what we can do.
Sweet, 12 scrap, 3 fuel and a missile. And we've updated the map on the sector, which will be handy.
Cool.
So we've got stores, we've got just the one store, but we've got a couple of different distress beacons with possible ships. Asteroid field, we probably want to avoid that, so that's handy to know.
Ship. It's unvisited. I'm not really that bothered about going to the store, if I'm brutally honest.
Well, that's your choice, buddy. And if you want to move forward and just start going through those sectors, that's cool. I suppose it would. Anything we buy, we're going to need the scrap to fuel.
Yeah.
Sell all the drone parts.
Yeah, you can have them all, pal.
Thank you for your business. 67. You want to start powering up? See what we can get.
Now let's have a look here. Then we're going to need
75 to get all the weapons online at the same time.
Great. It's not bad.
Plus whatever power bars it costs for it. Have a look on power bars. I think it goes up by 5 each time. So 75 plus 30 plus 25. So that's going to be 105, 130.
Put one in just to kind of get it ready. Let's have a bit of a look, see. So before we need one more in there, yeah. We don't really need the power, so I'm going to keep a hold of that. Just so
stick the power in anyway, and just in case for whatever reason you never know, you may want to drop the burst laser and put the flag on if we get into a real sticky situation with somebody who's got a load of shields.
Alright.
And that gives you the chance to do that.
Cool. I suppose one option is we can draw. Oh no, we can't, can we? No, that's me being daft.
Well, you could. Yeah, well, no, we can't because we need one extra. Possible ship located.
Please don't be Mantis. It's a Mantis.
It's a Mantis. Immediately hailed by an impressive-looking Mantis ship. This ship would make a mighty fine prize. Prepare for battle. Now they've only got one weapon, so it's going to be a boarding crew that comes to hurt us.
Yeah.
You'll not hit the teleporter in time to stop them coming over.
How are we going to play this?
Hit the O2.
I think so, just in general principles, because they're arseholes. Okay.
Yeah, flood that shit out.
Just sent one though, they're going easy on me.
They are. They're going nice and light. He might do some damage to the... no, he's giving in.
He'll be coming across with shields next, I think.
So the O2's out. Just keep hitting that O2. They're only using the standard laser.
Yeah, but if they're going to take down the shields...
Good thinking. Looks like they've given in on the shields though, so I'd say go back to the oxygen. Might be able to starve them out. And if we starve them out, we get more scrap because we take the ship intact. To be honest, for the impressive looking ship that was in the description, it's not really that impressive from a combat perspective.
Companies came in for a bit of a scrap here. Close these off for the time being.
And when he heads into his ship, he's going to be stuck. Although their oxygen's back online again.
Yeah, we've had a couple of nasty misses.
Did they teleport him out? Forget this, prepare for retreat. It looks like they're trying to make a getaway.
Fuck you!
Yeah, don't let them. Jump imminent. Oh, they've already charged their engines up.
Bastards.
Ooh, emergency FTL jump. You can easily follow them if you want. This is new.
Yeah, well, we're doing it.
After them, you
Where's
put the
Margaret?
coordinates. So hopefully it'll be the same ship again.
I hope so.
Because that ship wasn't too bad to deal with.
Let's have a look. So they went right over here.
We can get them. I say chase them.
Do you reckon make a beeline for them?
Make a beeline for them, I'd say.
So we'll have to come across here, then across, then down. Yeah.
I think we've probably just got the time by the skin of our teeth to get through that.
Let's try it.
But if it's given us the opportunity to chase them, I can't help but think it's going to be a tasty prize. Unmanned scout, it's got a missile launcher, and that's it. But it's powering its FTL drive up. This might get away, you know. It's got a fair bit of health, and we're going to have to keep that missile down. So there's a chance it's going to get away.
But if it gets away, that's going to speed things up in terms of the pursuit that they're giving us, isn't it?
It's either that or just try and weather the missile attacks, which I'm not that keen on. You're going to try and weather the missile attacks.
Oh, I've done it again.
You've got to, yeah. Sorry, that's my bad as much as yours, mate. I should have clocked on.
Nobody likes a backseat pilot, although in this case actually that would be quite handy. I'm quite forgetful.
Seriously, I think they're going to do too much damage.
We are getting spanked here, aren't we?
I know it's a pain, but we might just have to let them get away. Lucky miss. You never know, it could go either way, it depends how quick their FTL charges up.
They've got a drone there.
Jump imminent, jump delayed. If you want to stop them, you will have to keep on that engine.
Well, They haven't
But the
got
auto, I believe the auto repair on a drone will repair everything simultaneously.
Doing alright, they haven't brought it back up yet.
If they do bring it back up, then most will get one shot off at
Yeah.
us, provided that we hit with everything.
We're doing alright. It's a bit of a tight spot.
Sweet.
Nice.
Nice work, mate. Ship breaks apart, find relief in the knowledge that you will hopefully still be one step ahead of the fleet.
That's the plan. Right, I'm going to have to jump across to... I think we'll go over to the distress beacon.
It seems sensible. The other one was an asteroid belt, which we want to try and avoid if we can. Cockpit lights up with warning signals. You have been targeted by a nearby ship. Distress call was a low to attract unwitting ships into weapon range. Prepare for a fight. That's a slug vessel, isn't it?
I think so. Looks like one, yeah. Possibly. Yeah.
They've got 2 lasers, so they don't look like a threat. Although, actually, they're Mark 1 burst lasers,
so that's
aren't
4
they?
shots coming in. So
Ooh, mama.
oh no,
No, they're not.
Singles.
Sweet.
Didn't take my shields down, but...
Absolutely no danger whatsoever from them.
No.
Should the oxygen?
You reckon?
Well, they can't hurt us. We don't need to take their weapons down. Take everything they can throw. I said don't even auto fire. I said just make sure the oxygen stays down because they don't have a med bay, so they can't heal.
That's a very good point.
So it is possible that we can just suffocate them out. Hit the oxygen again. Can't let them get it back online.
It's the best way to do it, mind. I think it's very rare that this tends to work, but we'll see what happens.
Most of the time you end up destroying them before they
Yeah.
suffocate. Hit it again. 13, that's not a bad deal. No surrender.
Fuck 'em. I think the next...
If they were sensible, they'd jump. Okay, they're either dead. If they don't suffocate, this is... But don't fire until it comes back online.
Yeah. Kind of playing the waiting game a little bit with them. It's kind of like a cat toying with a mouse.
Yeah. Well, that's that then. It was worth a try.
Yeah, you never know. It's just nice to think they'll probably...
And it was worth it, it was worth it. 19 scrap. Let's see how we're doing then.
Gonna need 50 for another bar.
But we can get another energy bar.
There we go. So basically we need another 39 scrap and we've got that flak cannon up and running.
Sweet.
It's not bad.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing the flak cannon in action.
Cool, right.
Now remember, they've got the teleporter. So the first thing you want to do is... That is not the same ship.
Yeah.
Transferring their crew into a bigger ship.
Now,
It's got a missile launcher and some sort of laser. Not you again. Do you know how much these repairs are going to cost me? Time to take out the big guns.
What a bastard.
They've got 2
Team
layers of
shields.
shields.
We're going to struggle with this.
Yeah, this might be a retreat. Gonzo, get out the cockpit.
I see.
Just flood everything straight away. I'd get somebody else in the med room with Gonzo. 'Cause he's not going to be able to take them by himself. 2 mantises, even with the healing.
Need to keep the weapons up if we possibly can.
Yeah, there's no getting out of it either. The FTL drive will not work because the cockpit's gone.
Yeah. Oh, this is looking bleak. Oh, what am I
O2's
doing?
out.
Right.
Oh, fuck knuckle, this is terrible. Okay, they've retreated. They'll come back though. Ah, no! Right, flood weapons and engines because we're not going to see when they teleport back over.
So hang on, the middle needs to be over here.
Don't send them in until the oxygen's back in the room.
Be alright in the weapons, but we want to keep them firing. Got them down slightly. It's looking a bit bleak, this.
At least the missile is currently offline. If we can keep the missile offline, we'll be alright. We may not be able to keep the missile offline though.
Yeah. Wait, what? Ewok, time to get... Oh no, that's Riddle, isn't it?
That's Riddle, is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Ewok is... for some reason I went onto the engines temporarily. I think
We're a
lost the order.
multi-skilled crew at the best of times.
Okay, they've retreated off again.
Right, so...
This better have a good reward.
Really fucking hope so. Oh.
Oh, we're sort of scraping through.
Yeah,
scraping
we're
through.
taking some bad damage though, which isn't great.
The teleporter's charging again. They'll come back again. They'll come back in force. We won't see where they land. We have to be careful, mate, because if they drop in that shield room, we're knackered. Flood the shield room. If there's nobody in it. Because because if they teleport over into there, we won't know they're there until the shields go down.
I'm not getting some particularly good shots off here, Ewok. I'm not impressed.
Well, I don't know. There you go, you see, I'm keeping it down, I'm keeping it down. I may not be doing the best job in the world, but my virtual counterpart is at least keeping us safe by keeping the... Ooh, how come we got a view of their ship there? Did you notice that?
Oh, it's because we had a guy in there. Would have given an extra bar in my shields, so we would have seen what was happening. Okay, there we go. That's sitting alright.
They're gonna get away.
There's no way we can do the damage, is there? Motherfuckers.
Turn the flak cannon on.
Takes 21 seconds to charge. They're going to get away with it again. I think this is obviously some sort of quest where we would have got some seriously fat loot.
Yeah. This is devastating.
No way we could do that anyway. Bastards!
At least you're... Oh, well, that ain't bad, man. 32 scrap. We got the abandoned fighter.
Okay,
That's pretty good.
Shudder to think what we could have got.
It must be a special quest event. Gotta be. But, you know, we did alright. We're not too far away from our goal. We've got 43 scrap.
Took some damage, but I think things will kind of balance out quite nicely once we get that flak cannon up and rocking and rolling.
That was a tense battle, and you did well there, mate. You did well to keep the ship up and running in the face of that, because that was a beast of a ship to encounter in Sector 2.
Right.
Federation terraforming team in need of assistance. We could lose a crew member here, but
might get something good.
we may get something good.
We need 6 scrap. If they give us 6 scrap, I'll shake.
I'll read it out properly. We receive a hail from a station orbiting a nearby planet. Captain, we are Federation terraforming team C12 and are in need of assistance. Do you have some time?
I want to know what happened to the teams C1 through 11. That's what I'm concerned about.
Thank you. We need to scan this planet for life before we can begin terraforming, but our sensors can't get the necessary power to scan through the atmosphere. We've got a schedule to keep. Any chance you can help? Attempt to scan the planet.
Well, we aren't very good at that, but alright.
It appears your sensors are no more powerful than terraformers. You apologise and continue on your way.
Yeah. Okay. If only we had upgraded sensors, I think that could have been quite decent. Right, get ourselves across.
Yeah, time to bail. Get out of Manta space. You're after the long range begin, blah 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 blah. Come across a large train station. As soon as you approach, a warning goes out to all ships in the region. We do not associate with the Federation sympathiser. All who oppose the rebels will be punished. Search among the stores to see if someone will sell to you.
I think it might lead to a fight, and a fight leads to scrap.
It could lead to scrap either way, really. You apparently spoke to the wrong person in your search. Warnings go off and you detect an automated rebel ship moving into attack. Hang on.
So they've got...
What's that?
That's one of the new features. It's a hacking system. So the hacking system will fire this little thing onto one of our systems, locking it out and doing some damage.
Okay.
We'll see whereabouts it goes.
Can it bypass shields?
So
certainly can. Bypass the shield straight away. What happens if you hack the shields?
It'll take some bars off the shields.
Oh, that sounds quite powerful.
Quite effectively.
But it's a drone, essentially. It uses a drone.
It didn't actually mean to fire at the drone. Yeah, they use a drone part to do that. I didn't actually mean to hit it.
Yeah,
I don't mind them being sat there, frankly.
They do have the ability to take our shields down. I mean, as long as the hacking device doesn't decide to change targets and move to the shields, I think we're alright. It reduces the evade chance, but as long as we can keep one of the lasers down.
As long as we can actually hit the broadside of a barn door here as well, Jesus.
Have a look at Ewok skills. He's just skilled up there, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Alright. Rill's doing alright. I'm doing alright.
Oh, evasion +7. You are a sexy pilot, aren't you?
Certainly am. Well, the sexual tension in the room's just increased dramatically here as well. So they're back on the hack and the...
Doesn't make a difference.
Couldn't give a shit. Let them. Couldn't give a shiny shite.
Reducing the evade chance, but we don't need to evade because the weapons are offline. There's nothing to evade. It's an interesting little thing. I wouldn't mind having the hacking tool.
I've seen...
Does it replace the drone bay then? Because I know the new clone bay, I know, replaces the med bay. You can't have both. Sweet.
Oh, that'll do nicely.
25 scrap.
Right, so what we needed was... that.
Yeah, we need one of them, and we've got the power. Get another power bar. No, we don't have enough to buy a new power bar. But if you deactivate the med bay, we've got the power to get the scrap up.
Oh, sexy.
Sweet. Before we jump to the next system, would you mind pausing the game? I'm going to take a break, freshen the brews, and we'll be back. We'll be back in 5 minutes, but it'll be seconds to you guys.
We'll either do this as a jump cut or maybe put it up as a second part. I don't know how long we've been playing. Probably not very long. We'll see you very shortly anyway, guys. Catch you soon.
Welcome back to part 2 of our Let's Play FTL Advanced Edition by Subset Games. If you haven't watched the first part, I'd go back and do that now, otherwise you'll have no idea where we're up to.
Yep, we've came through a fairly close encounter in the last one as well. We've taken a bit of hull damage, but good news is we've got this Flak Mark II up and running fully
I am
functional.
looking forward to seeing that.
Fingers crossed we don't just get instantly blown up, jumping into this next sector here as well and seeing what happens.
I mean, we've only done 2 sectors. I feel like it's took a while, so it's rock controlled or rebel controlled. We want to get onto that top tier, I think. Get to them 2 civilian sectors, see if we can hit some shops. So rock it is.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not too shabby. You said you had a good... the rock people are a powerful and proud race. It is not unheard of to have a peaceful journey through their land, but don't count on it.
Never count on anything in this game, Christ.
Yeah, you said you had a good idea about that last sector, and look at the clip our ship is in.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I've got a good feeling about this, you said.
We've got the flak up. The flak's up and running. Okay, we're taking some damage, but, you know, it's not ridiculous. Could be alright. Right. A lot of potential ways we can go here.
There's a lot of stuff going on around the north, but to maximise this, it may be best to go down this southern way up.
Right, we'll jump across to this one first. I want to just find something and fire the flak cannon at it.
Well, not here. Not much at this beacon. Just a few abandoned depots stripped clean.
Right. Okay.
Actually, the fuel situation's not brilliant.
No, it's really not, is it? Didn't notice that. Shit.
You arrive at the distress beacon. It was immediately... I'll try again. You arrive at the beacon, immediately detect a pirate ship. It seems the distress beacon was a trap. Let's have a look at what it's got. It looks like it's got 1 missile and then maybe a laser at the side. It's got a lot of gear. They're well stocked up.
Got an energy shield as well.
Thankfully, no teleporter.
Okay. So, first thing we'll do is we'll come in. Doesn't really matter where we're headed for the time being.
Yeah, because we're just going to be sapping down the energy shield. I mean, the ion cannon's not going to be much of a threat because they don't have any energy weapons. But that missile could probably do some trouble to it in the opening play.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can take that.
Oh, that was lucky.
It certainly was.
Oh, the flak cannon's ready.
Right, do we use it when
yes,
we've got
use
the energy up, do you reckon? So it's more kind of like area of effect. I'm going to aim it probably here, see what happens.
I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Bosh!
Oh, that took their shields down and then some.
Aye.
And it took the O2 down as well.
Okay, so we took a little bit of damage
We
there.
took a hit, but we're sitting pretty now.
Yeah, they're fucked up.
Oh, I like that flak cannon. That is super sexy. That is
So
really OP. Hit it
like
again.
A space shotgun.
Now the weapons are back, but not a threat at the moment.
We'll come into the doors. Yeah, you can see kind of roughly where it's going to hit. It's a good bit of scrap, but you know what?
It's about to blow up. It is literally about to blow up. As soon as you click the "We will not surrender," that ship is going to explode.
So what do we reckon? I think we should do it anyway. Get more.
Accept the surrender.
No. I think not accept it and see if we can get a bit more.
Fair enough.
2 fuel's nice though. Bye bye.
So it was 2 fuel, 17 scrap. 2 fuel, 23 scrap.
2 missiles.
That's 2 missiles.
Could have done that.
Could have done with
fuel. Worth a chance anyway.
You live and learn.
You do. Alright. Okay.
That flak is nice. I like that a lot. It's uncoordinated, but boy does that do some damage.
I'm thinking we should go up here because we need to see if one of these is a store.
Yeah, fair enough.
We need to find a store and buy lots of fuel.
And repair.
And repair. I know where that scrap's going. Right.
Now, it's a big-ass slug ship. It's got 3 weapons on it and 2 layers of shields. I don't think we've got any need of his services today.
But if we hit him with a flak cannon...
The flak cannon's going to take a while to charge. He's got a burst laser and a laser. That'll strip our shields straight away, and then he'll hit us with that beam weapon.
No thanks. See you later.
I think sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. And if you hit that middle one...
This one.
No, go up one.
This one.
If you hit that one, that gives us 5 possible jump points, and we'll be able to see if one of them's a store when we're next to it.
We can
and
do it there as well.
Well, yeah, but we can go to that first one, and if there's no stores, then we can move on to the one you've just targeted.
You're a very clever person sometimes, do you know that?
Sometimes. Encounter a rock vessel, attempt to open trading frequencies, but they take it as an act of cultural aggression and open fire. Now this looks a lot more manageable than that last bitch.
Ah, but he's cloaking.
He's cloaked.
What a prick.
That's a powerful beam weapon, isn't it? He's got that's at least a level 2.
It is.
And that's a burst laser as well, so Things are getting hairy. No, it's not a burst laser, it's just a heavy laser. In that case, we should be absolutely fine against this clown.
Yeah. What we want to do, we'll come in. We'll get a lot of damage if we hit these rooms, but I'm
What's
thinking
that
I want
little
to hit
eye thing
systems.
again?
That's the cloakman.
That's the cloakman.
We'll come in over the engines because then it's got a chance to hit all the surrounding systems.
Good plan.
Keep that up there.
And try and knock his cloakman down as well.
So we can see.
Oh, that.
Oh, what a bastard!
Bad crack.
So
Never mind.
Because when he comes back, he's being spanked in his cloaking. There we go.
Aye.
We'll keep with that, I think.
These flak weapons might be my new favourite thing about this game.
Yeah, I've never used one. I've seen one used before in some other people's videos, but that's sitting very nicely.
Bam!
5 missiles, drone parts, 16 scrap.
Blow them up and hope we get fuel.
Yeah.
Fuel's what we need.
Yeah, that's going to be so embarrassing if we run out of fuel. We'll get this thing up and charged. We ignored the fuel. Get in.
Yay.
There we go, a little bit of fuel. Still
30 scrap as well, so I mean that's not bad. 71 scrap. Save it and hope for shop. If you look at the jump screen, it'll tell us if we're next to a shop now. There we go.
Awesome.
Store, fuel, repair. Weapons wise, we're doing alright.
Everything's coming up gonzo here. Right.
Cross paths with a rock ship returning from rare diplomatic mission, equally surprising. Captain responds to your hails and agrees to a mutual trade.
Nice.
You're right, I re-enabled the Steam overlay because I was at the Game On LAN party last weekend, so I was doing a lot of multiplayer gaming.
Right, take the fuel.
34 to fix it. I think we probably need it. Butters the Rockman. Remind me of Butters from South Park there.
Yeah. Well, all incontrovertible anyway, we can't really afford those guys.
But we needed the repair. A chain ion. That would have been nice, but
Here's what you could have won.
never mind. To be honest, I'm not too fussed about any of those weapons.
It was the fuel, getting myself fixed
The
up.
mind control, that's a new one. I can't imagine that being that useful if you only mind control one enemy.
It is quite good though if you see, once you've
I suppose you're guaranteed
that,
to kill at least one of them because it's
they've got to then come and attack them, unless they've got mind control, at which point you can mind control somebody back. It's quite a good thing to have as a self-defense mechanism. If you fight somebody that can mind control your guys, you can use it on your own crew and then make them back to normal again, like unmind control them. So it's kind of good like that. But as you see,
good point. I mean,
well,
I can't. The enemies I see it being useful against an enemy. I see an enemy using it against you to be an absolute bitch.
You spend all of time drifting through the cosmos, looking for a store, and then 2 come along at once.
Well, if you look around the bottom, you could probably hit that before we get to the jump point.
Aye.
Oh no! I hate these bits.
And
there's
intruders.
intruders on board. Right.
Rocks.
2 to the. I say. Oh yeah, good plan. Just open all the doors. Seriously, get everyone in there and open all the doors because the last thing we want is fire to take down the engines. So we'll stop any fire from coming in. If there is a fire in the med bay, hopefully the healing power of the med bay. Hopefully there shouldn't be a fire for very long. It shouldn't be there long enough to take anything down.
I really hope so.
We don't want them to take the door control down. But they took the door control down. You realise that means we can't close the doors to get oxygen back to the ship now.
Yeah, but look, we can fix it in shifts. It's alright. Oh, shit.
No, it doesn't work like that. If you take somebody out,
Med bay's on fire.
If you take somebody out
We're going to lose crew here.
the repair job, yeah,
Fuck.
it's over. All crew members have died. They probably won't put it up in 2 parts anymore, so we forgive you for saying that this was part 2. This was in fact the second part of part 1.
Yeah.
I fucking hate those sun encounters.
Yeah.
And those rock crew members.
The immune to fire.
Not only that, but the med bay wasn't powered up.
Yeah, that's what I was frantically trying to do before it caught fire.
So
yeah, that was kind of my bad. That was a very bad move on my part.
never mind. That's how shit goes down in FTL Faster Than Light. So this was FTL Faster Than Light Advanced Edition. We didn't do too badly.
I saw some of the new features.
We didn't get very far, but we were doing
Not
pretty
bad.
good at the point that we got blown up. I reckon next time we'll do even better.
Yep, good night USS Fruit Basket, we knew you so well.
Good night USS Fruit Basket, good night YouTube.
Yep.
And in a few seconds time you'll be seeing some links to some of our other videos. Please check them out. Please click the subscribe button, or if you're watching from a tablet, unfortunately the subscribe button won't work, nor will it work if you have annotations disabled on YouTube. But head over to the YouTube channel, have a look at some of our other stuff, like, subscribe, put some comments down. We make a point to reply to all the comments that come down, so if you want to engage us in conversation, recommend anything, even just have a laugh at us for cutting this up just as it was going.
Yeah,
well.
I'll take that on the chin, I think. Okay, well thanks very much, we'll keep you long enough, and enjoy the rest of whatever you're doing. Bye bye.
GonzoEwok signing off.